Well, g'day guys. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to my channel. Today is well, it's not a set-top box. It's a top box for a two-piece Samsung television. Now, the screen goes on the wall, and this is your main box down below, which I don't know whether this is a yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's OLED screen. I'm not real certain. We'll have to have a look into that. The problem with this, and I think this is going to be a big problem with a lot of these, aerial connector. Okay, pulled out of here. Now we'll have a bit closer look at that. Okay, so there's I can see surface mount devices in there. So this is going to be a bit of a trick. I've I've got the gear to do surface mount, but it's a matter of how we get to this baby. Now, there's your details on him. Okay, it's one connect. So, and there's your model. So SOC 1002 BB. B for black, I guess. Yeah, and that's all you can see on it. Not much. So, looking at this, we've got some arrows on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 screws until we get into real problems. Okay, let's get them out. Okay, that's our screws out. Now, what comes off? Top come off, I'm hoping. Is there any screws in the side? Nope. Okay. I'm just checking to make sure there's no other screws. And what's the go with this? Does it slide back? No. It's sort of got to come up. There we go. Just release at the sides. Okay, here we go on this one. Oh, well, it worked on the other side. Oh, I don't like putting screwdrivers in things like this. There we go. Okay. There we go, guys. All very straightforward. So, really, this is the guts of the TV. Okay, so the whole TV is here. The screen drivers, obviously backlighting, whatever this uses. OLEDs, of course, don't need that, but if it's LCD, there'll be backlighting. I can see a high voltage transformer in there, so it's probably that's the backlighting arrangement. Main input, by the look of this, AC in, rectified, and this will be your power out, maybe high voltage, and possibly, don't know, other rails and so forth for the power. Just looking at it. Now, we've got to get under here. Okay. So, screw here. And it looks like that top unit is connected to the bottom, I think, only with this connector. So this, more or less, is your power supply, or the whole power supply. Just okay, push him in, Buzz. There we go. Okay, now I'd say the top comes off this. Mightn't be quite as bad as what we thought. Do I need to take that out? Possibly this one. It's got to. Okay, one there out. And I think this one has to come out. Although, looking at this, there's a hand there that says stop. Have many ticks ever taken notice of these? Okay. Okay. What's next, guys? Feels as though there should be a screw in the middle here somewhere. I'm sort of looking at something that maybe, I hope not, maybe a screw, maybe in under that hard celastic, maybe up here. But yeah, just hang 10 yet, not yet. No, that's it's not screwed down. Okay, we're coming off, guys. It's just some double-sided, I think, on the insulating panel. I think. And if I gently separate this, and what I'm doing there, you can probably, don't know whether you guys can see it, but down in there, there's some double-sided tape which is holding it to the metal shield on top. So just gently, like so. And there we go. Okay. The TV bit, well, the power supply is now out, and there's your double-sided tape. Okay. Might move you guys back a little bit so that you can sort of see everything there. Okay. Okay, we'll put the power supply aside. That's not really the problem. Right. Now, the next bit, which is where our aerial socket is. We'll get this cover off to start with. And I guess those two screws on the top there on the power supply with a little hand on them did mean, no, they don't have to be taken out. Stop. So, yeah, you if you're doing one of these, no, they don't have to come out. Okay. Ooh la la. There we go. Surface Mount City. Okay. Here's our tuner. This is what we've got to work with. Now, for a start, I know that the board has to come out. So we'll go the next bit, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think the rest is held in with bits and pieces. Okay, we'll start up this end. Okie doke. I think this is all that there is holding it in. Okay. Yep. Nice and easy. Out he comes. Must generate a bit of heat here because we've got a looks like some sort of signal processing chip here. I don't know what's up this end, but not much. But yeah, there's some heatsink pads here down onto the metal. So okay, we're getting there, guys. Let's have a closer look at this. Okay, he's been battered around the end there a little bit. Some tape over him. It isn't surface mount, thank God, but we may have to remove them. I'm just not real sure. I guess the place now to start is remove the lid off the tuner. It's tight. We'll reshape this when he's going back on. Is it soldered? No, he's not soldered. He's just hard to get off. Very hard to get off. One thing's for sure, he has to come off. I'll rearrange my light there so you've got plenty of light. This must have glue or something on the inside. Normally they're not quite this hard. A smaller screwdriver is necessary. I think there's something inside this that's preventing us to get the top of this, because really the clips all released, we're just going to have to try and go in from the back here. There's something under here. Yeah, fairly, there's something holding the front here. Without going any further, I'm just going to use a little bit of heat. I don't know whether that's glue or what it is that's stopping this. Just give it a little bit of heat on here to see what we can do with it. Not like the old days, guys, with the old turret tuners and our biscuits, as you've seen on some of my videos. Warming nicely there. Okay. What can we do now? A little bit further up. Now, can I have a look in the back here at what is... I think it's actually double-sided tape. Boy, they don't want you to fix this if this ever breaks. It's ridiculous. And there we go. I don't know whether, yeah, it's sticky. So, okay, guys, now what I've got to do inside there. Now, I don't know whether I can bring you much closer on that. We'll give it a go. You may be able to see the little piece in there that I've got to attach to. Yeah. Gonna have to be pretty careful here. Now, I'm gonna have to do this under my microscope, so the be a part of this you guys won't see. I'm just going to have a further look under the scope, but looking at this, what's happened here is there's two pieces on this, and they've just broken off. Looks like one goes on the top, one on the bottom. And yeah, like what a silly idea. This is just pressed in. And I mean, this is your main aerial socket. There's going to be sideways movement, up and down movement on this. So it goes in somehow like that. Okay, let me put this on under the microscope, and I'll come back and give you a further update on the process, what I'm going to have to do. Certainly going to have to get a small soldering on to get in there. Yeah, and the front of him, yeah. Okay, I'll have a look under the microscope and come back to you. But this is what we're up against at the moment. Right, guys, so what I've worked out here, those little tabs, they're broken off. I can't connect. They're actually separate tabs. I can't solder onto the bottom one where it is. This tuner has to come out of this board. So at the moment, heat the tape, take it off, and try and desolder the three across the front. There's one there, one there. That's the mount for the case, and then I don't know, 10 pins or so in there. So that way we can take the bottom off the tuner, remove those two tabs, put some wires in, and well, this is bent back as well, as you can probably see there. It's had a bit of a hard time, so this has got to come out to straighten this. I just really hope this is easy enough to get out. Right, guys, well, that's not going to work. This is not going to unsolder or desolder very easily at all. The front of this is an earth point that goes from the front metal panel, comes up through the board, and is I don't know whether it's broken on the board. I don't think so. I think it's only a solder point to keep that little board in place. And then there's two connections here. We're going to have to raise these two connections so they're upright, solder some wires to them, and somehow solder wires to the plug before we actually put the plug onto the front of this. Even though it's bent backwards a little bit, that's not a problem. I can fill that in with a bit of solder, but it's a matter of that damage to the board at the front there and what it means. Yeah. Okay, so what I want to find out here is we've got two terminals here. Are they both the same that go to separate points for two tuners, or is one of these the top one of the connector there, and the bottom connector is the other little tab? Let's see what's what here. So if I am going to do this, let's we'll try this connector first. Let's see if he connects to both or only one. He's certainly on the top one, and no, he's not on the bottom one. Okay, so the other connector, which is the little fella there, if I can get hold of him, just got to watch the monitor, make sure you guys can see. That should be the bottom one. And yes, he is, and he's not connected to the top. Okay, so each one, top and bottom of our socket, goes to those top and bottom. Okay, well, we've learnt something there. I don't know what. Now this is this would be a twin tuner arrangement in here, so maybe there's when the plug goes in, of course it connects both those together. So you got one aerial going to one tuner and one aerial going to another tuner. That way the tuners, I think, this is only theory, this is me not really knowing what's what here, that each tuner has its own aerial, which would make sense to me, but yeah, okay. Let's straighten these up the best we can. This will have to go in with some wires attached to the right at the back here somewhere, and I'm thinking some very thin enameled copper wire. Don't know yet. I wonder, does this little baby need the top on him? Because we need, sorry, this looks a bit daunting, doesn't it? We need the top of this, we need the hole exposed so we can deal with the wires. Okay, we'll get on to this one. Okay, guys, well, we're not removing the tuner. I think we can do it without removing it. I think there'd be more damage by removing. Now, in there, you can see there's one little tab that's broken off. That's for one tuner. That one. Well, I'm assuming they're split tuners. And up the front, I've scraped off, right up there, a little bit of lacquer off the board so I can actually get a little bit of solder, which I'll show you the other side. Which there's a little peg actually goes from down the bottom up to the circuit board. Now that peg's been broken away and is not actually, I think, there contacting the ground plane on the top of the circuit board there. So I've just got to get a little bit of solder in there, and that should take care of that ground peg. Now, that is also the same as the rest of the surround of the case, but just in case there's no other part of that board that's grounded to this, well, yeah, we'll do that. So you can probably see it there. You can see where I've scraped a little bit away, and then the two in there. This is microsurgery, this is. Yeah. That I've got to somehow connect wires to. I think I can do this without external wires, so we can put the lid back on this. I really want the lid back on for RF interference and so forth. So yeah, we'll give this one a go first. I'll grab me small soldering iron. It's certainly the one I use is too big for the moment. So yeah, that's what's got to happen here. Right, guys, one step closer. I've got some solder up the front there. You can probably see that, maybe. Let's have a look around this side. So there you can see that it's soldered onto the main circuit board there now. Actually, it looks a bit better in real life than what it does on the camera. Now, I'm going to connect directly onto them. I'm not going to use, whoa, geez, hang on. I forgot I was on Zoom. I'm going to connect directly onto them. Now, what I've done is that arrangement so that when I put this in here, I can hook that one up. The other one is up slightly, and he actually touches that first one. Now, if I'm going to put a little piece of wire just across it, if I can. I might not be able to do this yet. And then when the first one's done, the front one, I'll bend this little tab down onto the second one and solder him. I'd like to get them on first and into position before I solder the front, because the front can be done anytime, but this is the tricky bit of, yeah, you can, I hope you can see what's happening there. It's a little bit hard with the light and the zoom on the camera and everything, but yeah, that's what I've got to do. All right, I'll give that a go. We'll do one, we'll revisit, see how it went, or see, is it a disaster? Okay, so far so good. I've got him tacked there. Now I think while he's tacked there, I need this fella to stay very still while I solder a little bit more on that one and try and get this top one down onto the second tab. Okay, but that's where, yeah, that worked. Okay, so now we'll solder a little bit. We'll only put a couple of dabs around here in case we've got to remove this again, one on each side to hold this in place. Let's put a little bit more solder on the first one, and then we'll attack this second one. See how I go there. Okay, the next step. Because this is out of shape and slightly bent down, this top section here, this little top section here is hitting on the top section of your tuner, just there. So in order to get this in and see what's going on, to be able to, I'll have to put a bit of thinner wire on this, to be able to see where things are going here, what I'm going to have to do here, and I didn't want to do this, but is cut a piece out of there and out of there. So we've got overhead access to what we need to do here. I can't see any other way out of doing this. This is next level problem. This is, and it's such an expensive unit. Like this is shocking how they build things these days. Non-serviceable things. It's just wrong. Anyway, I suppose if we had another tuner, we could replace the tuner, but that would be 1,000,000 to 1 chance that you'd ever have one of them. Yeah, it makes me angry with the right to repair these days. But anyway, that's what I'm going to have to do, is cut a piece out of there, and the rest of it will be soldered in, so it'll be all quite solid. It just means I can do access from the top here. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Let's do it. Righto, guys, I think we've got it. Yeah, I'm actually turning them around a little bit sideways so that the wires aren't on top of one another when they come in there. But you can see that it doesn't look real good, but we can put the cover on this. It's not going to touch anything. And yeah, you can see that the connections there that I've had to do. Okay, so about the best angle I can get to show you. So there you go. Okay, we'll straighten his little lid out and put the lid back on. That'll go on nicely over that. Won't be soldering it back on because these, well, yeah, I never solder the lids on tuners. So yeah, we'll see how this goes, and I'll also do a continuity check to make sure that we don't have any problems there. I'll do that right now while we're talking. Okay, there's your. That's just. Where's the light? It's hard to get. Ah, my phone. Okay, hang on. Okay, we'll do a continuity check just to make sure that we haven't got any shorted shorted wires anywhere. There to there should be about should be 0 actually to the back one. Yep, zero point 0.4, and to the front one should be around 112 ohms, I think. 112, 113. So all that's okay. It's looking good. I'll straighten this fella out, and yeah, we'll put him back on, and we can start reassembling. Now, guys, I've straightened him out the best possible. Now, he's clipped on there, but to make the best of the situation there, I am going to put a dab of solder, probably just across the top. I'll just push that in a little bit there. There, he's nicely clipped on. I'll put a little bead of solder across the top there, so he is soldered on, and it's clipped all the way around. So we'll do that now. And, well, just hope this works. I can't see anything wrong with it, so it should. Now, I'm just going to... There, that's enough. Just across the top, and he won't move now. Okay, let's put it together. Well, guys, this is it. He seems to fit in nicely. It's all put back together. How do we test this? We've got a HDMI output. Or are they ins? All these are inputs, and it's got one connect out here to the screen. So I can't test this at all. I can plug it in, turn it on, make sure don't know how to turn it on. There's no on-off switch, or none that I can see. We've got USB on this side. There's nothing on here. There's nothing underneath to turn it on with. So I will plug it in just to make sure that, well, if it does something. And that's about all we can do. And I will have to let you know in a future video, probably the next couple of videos, or the next one actually, as to whether this was successful or not. But I'm pretty certain that this will go no problems. Let's just plug it in just to verify that the thing is going to work. Okay. Now, we'll plug him in. And, well, I can't see anything. So, yeah, I don't know. I thought we may see a screen. We may see a standby light. There's nothing. But I'm quite confident that it's working. You would think there would be an on-off switch. Am I missing something here? I don't think so. No touch switches. Nope. That's it. Well, sorry guys, I can't even show you whether it's working or not. We'll just see if the power supply's got any spark to it. And yes, it has. I can hear the power supply, just a small arc there when we plug it in. So I know the power supply is drawing current. Okay guys, well, that's about all we can do for the moment. We can't test it any further. I hope you've enjoyed seeing what's inside these, seeing how to fix up an aerial socket on one of these. I'm quite certain that that's going to work. It was a little bit of a trick to getting it put back together, but I'm sure this will work okay. Once again, hope you enjoyed it. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe, and you'll be notified when the next video comes up, which be very shortly, and the outcome of this one. Okay then, until then, it's bye for now. Well guys, it's the next day, it's in the afternoon, and I got a phone call not 5 minutes ago that the unit is working perfectly. So we had a win with this. I wasn't real sure of it. I didn't think we did. But anyway, the unit works. So there you go. There's the outcome of what happened to it. Okay, catch you later. Bye.